Hi, Chad with Concrete Floor Supply. We're here today to talk to you about our one-day flake system. The one-day flake system is by far our most popular coating system. It goes well above and beyond anything that you would get at a big box store. And the main base of this system is our Poly 90. The Poly 90, an interesting fact, is it's in the same family of products as truck bed liner. So you know that you have durability when it's in that same sort of a family. Very easy system. It involves a base coat of Poly 90 that you add a pigment to. Most people add our medium gray or Arabian sand, but we have a host of other colors. When that product is still wet, by the way, you just dip and roll it on the floor. If you can paint a doghouse, you can coat a floor with this product. It is so easy to use. You broadcast the flake, and then you wait a few hours, and then you clear coat it with the Poly 90. So it's a low VOC, meaning it's very safe product with low volatile organic compounds. It can go into all 50 states, and again, highly durable. And we're going to demonstrate this easy, professional grade coating system for you today. As you can see, it's a very easy machine to run. You want to go slow when you're grinding to make sure that the tools process the floor. And you're looking for what we call a total whiteout, to where you're going slow enough, as you can see, that this floor is white. Now, after you grind it, it's a good idea to, you want to vacuum the floor. It needs to be dust free before you coat it. You don't want to coat dust, so you got to vac it really good. And actually a microfiber wipe is good as well. So let us clean this floor and see what we got. What your goal is to make the floor look like this area, a nice whiteout. When you start to see darker spots like we see here or out in that area, it means further grinding needs to be done. So we're getting ready to do the final vacuum on this floor. We vacuumed a little area to show you what final prep is supposed to look like before coating with a coating system. As you can see, we've got a chalk board finish, bone dry floor, and if you zoom in really good, you can see a scratch pattern throughout the floor. You see the striations there? That's from the diamond tool that went through the floor. And what that does is it creates a tooth and a bite for your coating product. So that's what you want. We took the floor from what it was right here in this area to right here, and that gives it tooth and bond. And so prep is key to a good floor. If you do good prep, you're going to have a long life on your floor. You do bad prep, you're not going to have very good life. It's just like anything else when it comes down to prep. And we always say, when in doubt, prime it out. So if you're ever in doubt, we do have a primer, Super Prime. It's a great primer, water-based, 2-component, goes down, dries really quick, and then you can coat. It's a great primer. So when in doubt, you can prime it. But we've done good prep here. Our Poly 90 comes in 2-gallon kits. It also comes in 10-gallon kits. It's a 1-to-1 product, meaning you mix 1 part of A to 1 part of B. For your base coat, you'll be adding a pigment. In this case, it's medium gray, because we're going to be using a flake with a lot of gray in it. So most of the time you'll find that you're going to use a gray or a tan base coat for a lot of the flakes that we do. So let's go ahead and mix up the Poly 90 with part A in first. So what I'm doing is I found a mark that I'm going to, and I'm pouring it up to the 1 quart line. And then I'm going to pour up to the 2 quart line of the B. Now we're mixing a partial kit. So you'll see on the directions that you should add this product to the A. Now when you're mixing a partial kit, you can just add a little bit to it. We really do like you to mix this to the A and then mix full kits at a time. Also remember too, when you're doing a base coat and adding a gray to it or a pigment to it, you want to be close with how much you're using, but you're not going to make it more gray or more tan than it already is. You're just pigmenting it, and on a full flake system, you're going to see about 2% of this base coat. So we're just trying to get it to go gray is what we're doing. Now you're going to want to drill mix this for about 2 minutes. The first thing I'm going to do is just cut in my edges real quick where I can't get to my roller. Again, if you have a bigger floor and a couple people, you can pour it on the floor, squeegee it out with a flat squeegee and back roll it. That is a quicker way to apply it to a larger area. It's wet and it's ready for flake. When you broadcast the flake, don't just throw it to the floor. You're gonna get globs like that. We like to do multiple high broadcasts where you just let it snow on the floor. Let it snow. And then fill it. And then just keep filling it. Don't try to fill it all at one time. Multiple broadcasts on the floor. And just let it disperse. You know, kind of a little trick that I do is when it comes out of my hand, I fling it so it goes and disperses in like a pile, you know, in a clump when it's coming out. So you want it to disperse like snow. You can see we broadcasted here, no wet spots. Right here, wet spot. When you look across your floor, look for wet spots. You want to fill all wet spots. By the time you're done, you don't want to see any wet spots. Before you top coat flake, you've got to scrape the flake because you put the flake into rejection as we discussed. And what happens is, I describe it as the Grand Teton Mountains, is you've got a bunch of jagged flakes sticking up throughout the floor. You've also got flakes that are loose because you broadcast it to rejection that you've got to be removed from the floor before you clear coat it. But you do want to get most all of the flake off of your floor. So let me vacuum this up really quickly. All right, we're getting ready for the top coat over the one-day flake system. And the top coat, we're using Poly 92. If you remember, Poly 90 was used with a pigment additive for the base coat. And the great thing about Poly 90 is you can use it for base coat and top coat. So we've got the Poly 90. We're not going to pigment it. It's going to be the clear coat over the flake. So we've scraped the flake. We've vacuumed any excess flake off the floor. Now we're ready to clear coat. So I'm just going to cut in the edges really quickly like I did last time on the base coat. And then we'll squeegee and back roll the full coat. So I only want to pour the amount that I can handle in the given area. You don't want to have so much that you can't even handle it. And again, a bigger, wider floor, you're just going to go and do a ribbon all the way around it. Your goal when you squeegee is to get, your goal is to get 100% coverage. And we're going to go back roll it. I like to fill my roller where I've got a pool or a product before I go roll the floor. That way my initial rolls through the floor aren't with a bone dry roller. So I'm finding thick area that I left at the end and loading my roller, so to speak. So I've got plenty of product in it. When you roll the floor, just go up and back, move over, and then back. Again, an 18-inch roller is going to work best in 90% of your floors. Hi, thanks for everybody. We just wrapped up the one-day flake system. As you saw, it's a very easy, highly durable system to install, and your floor probably looks better than you even expected. So we just thought we'd say thanks. If you have any questions, please contact us through our website, or we're gonna leave our phone number for you too, and we're gonna be glad to answer any questions that we didn't answer on the video here.